What's the dumbest thing you did as a teenager? In high school we'd always swim and pee. I had it in the morning so the chlorine in my eyes made it look like I was high for the rest of the day, every day. My friends and I used to steal those orange construction barrels from random work sites. We would take them and line them up across random roads at night to hold up traffic and be typical teenagers. One night we decided to dress up in different costumes and watch the cars line up while hiding in a nearby bush. I was in a Scooby-Doo suit and my friends were all dressed up as various Justice League superheroes. The first car that pulled up to the line of construction barrels was a cop. He threw on his lights and aimed them straight at the bush we were hiding in. All of a sudden we all darted out of the bush in different directions. This cop was watching Scooby-Doo and the Justice League scatter out of the bushes like a bunch of illegals running from the Border Patrol. I got caught shoplifting a $1.99 glow-in-the-dark Dunkin' Yo-Yo when I was 15 and the store pressed charges. Ended up having to do 10 hours of community service and write a 3-page essay on why stealing is wrong. Man, my whole family laughed at me so hard. When I used a China-made grappling hook from Amazon to climb an abandoned factory that was shut down for its chemical wastes. Let me clarify, when I attempted to use a Chinese-made grappling hook to climb a building, I ended up with a broken clavicle, sprained legs, and a hole in my shoulder. I went to the midnight premiere of The Last Lord of the Rings movie with some friends drunk on Jäger and dressed as Gimli. I was the shortest of my friends. We got in a mock fight with a bunch of similarly dressed characters while in line, which turned into a real fight when our Legolas did some spinning bow attack and accidentally smacked a girl in their group in the face. We got kicked out and didn't get to see the movie. I never told my dad for fear that he would never look at me the same. A similar thing happened to me, only not in high school. My date and I went to the midnight premiere of the last Harry Potter movie, and at this time I almost always sneaked vodka into things, fair, movies, events, etc., so this being one of those occasions I had vodka stashed in my purse. We bought a pitcher of Sprite and added the vodka. I drank more than my fair share of it. I'm sure I was making quite the scene, but no one said anything. When we finally made it into the movie I was so drunk I fell asleep before the movie even started. I was so sad. We went back the next night. Harry Potter franchise got a lot of our money for that installment. I came to school drunk. I used to be very shy. Drinking made me extrovert, which made me feel better about myself. I drank way too much and threw up in class. The guy next to me had vomit all over his t-shirt. It was so bad I passed out and I woke up in the hospital. One time I drank a whole bottle of cough syrup in the grocery store bathroom to see what would happen. Security was waiting for me when I left the bathroom. I spent the next hour handcuffed to a chair and hallucinating, with the security guards just laughing at me the whole time. They let me go and said what happened was punishment enough. Pretty typical teenage stuff, lol. I used to get drunk and insult the sea in an attempt to anger the sea gods so I could get battered by larger waves. As an adult I'm aware of a few lads who lost their lives to the sea playing chicken with the waves. Everyone criticized them for being so stupid. I have no choice but to keep my mouth shut. As teenagers we do stupid, it's a rite of passage. I'd rather do dumb as a teenager than as an adult. At least we had a good excuse back then. My family went on a cruise during my senior year of high school. I was still hiding the fact that I had started smoking cigarettes at 17 from them. I ran out about 3 days into the vacation. When the ship docked in Puerto Rico, I noticed a little convenience store about 10 minutes from the dock. Once we were done on the island and my family was all back on the ship, I got off the ship alone and wandered through a foreign country alone at 17 to buy cigarettes from the creepiest convenience store I've ever experienced. It still makes me scratch my head when I realize how much could have gone wrong on that excursion. When I turned 21 I had an extremely attractive female friend take me out for drinks. I hadn't eaten that day and after the first drink I was feeling it. I got pretty drunk, and she invited me back to her place for the night. For reasons I still don't understand I declined, and drive the 25 miles back to my place in the neighboring town. Driving drunk, and turning down a beautiful woman. I'm retarded. Senior year of high school we had an older teacher that would have everyone use fake names for papers to avoid preferential treatment. He was a nice guy but could be a little clueless. The last paper of the year I decided I'd use the name Haywood Joplome. I thought it would be hilarious and he wouldn't notice. He noticed, and getting hollered at in the hallway for 10 minutes was less than hilarious.